Breaking news, breaking news. A Social Security whistleblower comes out and shares some very interesting, disturbing information about illegals receiving SSI. This whistleblower went on the record and said that Social Security employees were given bonuses if they could get illegals to qualify for long-term Social Security benefits for their lifetime. Illegals collecting Social Security. Their office had employees that were finding sneaky and tricky ways to make sure these illegals qualify for lifetime Social Security benefits, long term. This whistleblower shares juicy details I want to share with all of you, and then we'll further discuss. Check it out.
They wanted us to try to identify them in such a way that they would qualify for long-term Social Security disability. Now,
what?
Yeah. And long-term Social Security disability is for life.
Yeah.
So if they get identified and qualify for long-term Social Security disability, they are as good as set up for life for medical treatment.
That doesn't sound like a refugee to me. Just being honest.
Yeah.
That sounds like somebody who's planning on staying here.
Yeah,
A refugee
right.
stays until the problem's over and then goes home.
Well, that's right. And so they instructed us to try to identify, to try to get the client, because once they arrive here, they're now called clients.
They're called clients.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because clients pay.
Sure.
See?
Sure. I'm starting to
so,
see where this is leading here.
So they told us that we needed to talk to the client and ask them if they'd had any headaches, recurring headaches, or any lower back problems. Excuse me, anything that would qualify them for Social Security long-term disability.
Wait. So let me get this straight. Part of the screening is supposed to be, are you sick, maimed, injured, whatever?
Right.
No. Okay, good, you can come in.
Yeah.
You get on the airplane, are you sick, maimed, injured, whatever? Yes. Good, so we can give you disability.
Correct.
What?
Yes.
This is insanity.
Yes, it is insanity.
But in order to get Social Security disability benefits, don't you need a Social Security number?
Well, we were instructed in the meeting that one of the first things we were supposed to do was sign them up for Social Security. Yeah.
Wait. This is unbelievable. So they come over here and they get a Social Security number.
Right.
They become legal.
Correct.
Are you pulling my leg?
No, I'm not. And then after we processed them for a Social Security card, then we were to process them for a U.S. passport.
No, you're not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's about the time I kind of decided, okay, I was done. I've heard everything I want to know. I was so angry about this, that they would receive a U.S. passport. It just, I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that we were giving these people Social Security cards and U.S. passports and free medical, free housing, free food, free everything.
Yeah, but the thing that bothers me, because the food we can recoup from, and the money irritates me, but we can earn it back and we can stop the program or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But once you give somebody a Social Security number,
Mm-hmm.
and you give them what's considered globally the golden ticket, which is a U.S. passport.
Right.
That is beyond comprehension that
Right.
we're doing this.
That's right.
Do bureaucrats know this is happening?
Well, interestingly enough, no, they don't. A lot of governors are unaware of how many refugees have come into their state, where they're located, under what conditions they've arrived. And I believe this is intentional. Now, we do know that the governor of Texas and the governor of Tennessee have both stopped this, and they're refusing to take any more refugees. In fact, the federal government has filed a lawsuit against both of those states because they're refusing to take any more refugees.
How dare you keep your people safe?
Right.
But, okay, so let's just say all the states are saying we want to pull out of this refugee resettlement program from the federal government. Then they're fine, right? There's no other way the refugees are getting in?
Well, no. The state can assert that they no longer want to receive refugees, and then the federal government says, all right. And so then they start implementing a program called the Wilson Fish program. And Wilson Fish simply bypasses the sovereignty of that state. In other words, the state no longer processes the refugees. That means, in plain English, you no longer get to know how many are coming in, when they're coming in, where they're going, how much money is being spent on them, whether they're diseased or not diseased. You've lost all control over the entire situation, and as a sovereign state, you've relinquished that. And so Wilson Fish comes in then, and all of the federal monies that are set aside for this program bypass the state and go to third-party entities. And that would be something like Catholic Charities or Jewish Vocational Services. So it would bypass the state entirely, and they would take over the entire process of processing the refugees.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. And as a U.S. citizen and as a citizen of the sovereign state of Missouri, I am not in favor of that. I think we need to maintain our sovereignty just like we would in the United States. You know, honestly, we are first a citizen of the state of Missouri because
Right.
we are a sovereign state. And then we're a citizen of the United States of America. But our first sovereignty and citizenship is to our state. And a lot of people don't realize that. So in order for us to maintain the health and welfare and the security of our borders, we must know who's coming and going.
Yeah, you have to.
Right.
You have to. And FUNU doesn't work for me.
FUNU doesn't work for me either.
And giving them a social security number and a passport actually makes this problem worse, not better.
Correct.
Have we been placed at risk? I mean, you mentioned that this is an invasion.
Mm-hmm.
Are we at risk?
I believe we are at risk, Josh, because when they come in, we're urged to compatriate them with fellow refugees, those who have come in before them. We are urged to locate other communities of refugees from the same country of origin, the same language, the same culture as those who are arriving. And so when they come in, you know, and we have had Syrians come in, and we know Syrians are on the list of those 7 countries that have been banned. And so we've received Syrians here in Missouri.
Even after the ban?
Yes.
What?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. And so these Syrians are coming in, and we know that they are coming from a country of origin that has malevolent intent toward us as a nation. And we now know they're not being vetted, and we now know that not only are they coming from a malevolent country, or a country that has malevolent intent, and we now know they're not vetted, we're giving them support, and we're giving them a passport.
What name do they put on the passport if their name on the thing is FUNU?
I don't know.
Can they just pick a name?
Shocking. Shocking to the core. Definitely needs to be investigated by the federal government. But it gets deeper, folks, because the President of the United States probably knows what's really going on and agrees that this is happening. Not only with Social Security, but the welfare offices. There's an executive order that Trump signed Wednesday banning illegals from receiving any public assistance. This is big, groundbreaking. Check it out. And this is the bombshell report from the Daily Mail. Trump signs most explosive executive order yet as he pulls all federal funding to illegal migrants. It says Donald Trump made his strongest move against illegal immigration, signing an executive order that stops taxpayer money from going to undocumented migrants. The White House said that Trump is committed to safeguarding federal public benefits for American citizens who are truly in need, including individuals with disabilities and veterans. Trump is demanding corrective action to stop all taxpayer-funded benefits for illegal aliens. There you go, folks. The gravy train is over for illegals. No more federal funding, no more federal help like food stamps, medical, all that stuff that they were receiving. No more. So no more illegals receiving any type of benefits at the taxpayer's expense. Do you agree or disagree with that? I personally 100% agree, considering the millions of people that crossed through the southern border in just the last 4 years. 10 million people. Seeing the veterans denied social services. Seeing homeless people denied social services, homeless people all over the cities. You know why? Because the cities are not helping them. They're using the money to help the illegals. Expensive hotels, food, unlimited health care, all types of cash. It's crazy stuff, folks, but it looks like it's coming to an end and no more. We are covering the border crisis and everything related to that. Sub to the channel, like, hit the notification button. If more whistleblowers come out of the woodwork, we will share with all of you. I am JLR Investigates. Stay tuned.